Like I said last week, we have a very strong significant support in the DXY at this level. So as you can see, when price gets here, there is a bounce at that particular area, there is a rejection at that particular area. And if you go back to check the last week forecast we did, I've already tell you guys about this level, that this level is a very strong level that will push price to the upside. Then there is a line actually drop at this resistance level that we might actually see it bouncing off this level, coming back to this area, and then we have a rejection back to the downside, which we anticipated to test 101.196 level. That is on the DXY. And there is a series of news that came out last week, which include the PPI and then the CPI. The CPI first and the PPI on Thursday. So we'll check it and then we'll see how it impacts and influence the DXY. So guys, welcome to the weekly Forex forecast. This is Ambafx, and then welcome to my YouTube channel where I bring you the latest insight in the world of Forex market, the fundamental and then the technical aspect. Do well to subscribe, like, and share, and don't forget to drop your opinion in the comment section. So this week, what are we looking at in the DXY? And don't forget that this level is should be a level of resistance when we're talking about this trend line. So let me draw it very well so that you stay where it's supposed to. So as you can see, so this trend line is to be a level of resistance for us, and as you can see a significant supply level here. But if there is no rejection at this trend line, then as a trader you should wait for this significant resistance level for a rejection back to the downside, back to this support of 102.585, then 101.196. so that is what I can see on the DXY for now. As you can see the bigger picture. If you see the bigger picture, you understand what I'm saying. See, when price come here, there is a decline, a significant decline to the downside, and then it's rally back to this significant resistance level of the trend line. Then there is a rejection, that is a decline to the downside. As you can see, the price come here and then it might actually reject, and then you see a break to this to the downside. But there's one thing you should watch at this level. There's one thing I want you to take note of. When price gets here and then we have this particular support level testing like a couple of times, and then there is a break of this support level. So when this level break and we have a significant move back to this level, as you can see, this level didn't come below this one, didn't break below this, and it actually rejects and then find the support level at this particular area. So which means this is obviously a fake out. And then another thing I want you to know is that price might actually come here and might not come below this area before we see a move that will actually break this level to the upside, and then you start seeing price rallying back to 113 or 114. That is you can see this in a couple of weeks or months, which might actually happen because price is getting closer to the trend line. And when you start seeing price getting closer and more closer to the trend line, there is a high probability of a breakout, which means that even if we see this coming back to this area, and then probably it's come here and then we have a significant rejection there, it came back again, obviously there's no way we won't see a breakout, and then which means that US dollar might be strong in a couple of weeks or months, which might actually break this particular area to the upside. So that is what we are looking. But on a short term, let's see what we'll be looking at in a short-term basis. So let's check the 4-hour time frame. So this is the 4 hours, and then this is what I want to look at this level right there. So I'm looking at a significant rejection here back to the downside, back to the support level of 102,585, and if that level break, then you see 101,196. And when we are doing the DSY analysis like this, we are indirectly telling you where the likes of GBP USD, Euro USD, AUD USD, USD Canadian dollar, or USD JPY might actually move. If there is a bounce, there is a rejection at this area back to the downside, then you see the likes of GU, EU, then AUD USD going up, which means that it will buy. But if this level actually break out and then you see US dollar strength, it means that all these will actually do what? We actually sell. So that is it. So they are major currency which we use, and then DSY to influence other currencies like the euro. It influences other currencies like the JPY too. So let's see how it goes. But I'm actually anticipating a rejection at this level back to the downside, back to 102,585. And if this level break, if we did not see something like a double bottom that will actually reject, then we'll be looking at a break of that level back to 101,198. So we need to check the individual currency, but before we do that, let's check the news that will likely come out next week. And one of the news we have coming out next week is the FOMC. That is, I think, the interest rate report for the month, because I believe next week will be a very, very volatile week, because we have major news coming out from the major currencies a lot. We have on euro, we have on in the Canadian dollar, we have on the in the US dollar. So let's check it out. This is the news that came out last week. We have the core CPI, that is the consumer price index, that is the meaning of CPI, which came out better than expected. That is from 0.3 forecast to 0.4, and then the CPI came out better than the previous one. That is in the month over month, it came out better than the previous one. The previous month is 0.3, and then we have it here. And the CPI year over year came out better than the previous one also, and then which make us see that significant bounce off in the DSY I showed you earlier, and we saw it like that. And then on Thursday too, we have a mixed report, but the PPI and the unemployment claims move the market, which means that the US dollar is strong. We have the PPI, it comes out better than expected. Unemployment claim, which shows that the number of people filing for unemployment benefits reduced drastically in March from 218 to 209, which means that they are more employed. Understand? So, and we have that significant bounce up on that DSY. That is at the DXY strength. So on the economy this week, we have interest rate report from the Bank of Japan on Tuesday, but tentative. Probably they might postpone it. And then 4:30 a.m. Nigerian time, we have the interest rate report from the Australian. As you can see, the previous is 4.35, and then the forecast is 4.35. So probably they might increase, they might reduce, or they might hold their interest rate. So I believe they will hold their interest rate. And there's a press conference too with the BOJ, that is the Bank of Japan, tentative also. And the Canadian dollar on Tuesday, they have their CPI reports on Tuesday. So based off for this week, it's going to be a very volatile week. We have the interest rate report from the US too, from the United States. We have the interest rate report. So on Wednesday, so you have to take a good look at this one closely. Don't be at the wrong side of the move, because if you're on the wrong side of the move during the FOMC, two things may happen. Either you blow your account or you blow your account. That's it. So, and then even if you set stop loss, your stop loss might not help you, especially if they hike or cut. But if they still hold, there is a probability that your account can still stand. But if they either cut or probably raise the interest rate, there's a lot of volatility and your account is gone. So that you don't be on the wrong move of the market on Wednesday. That is during the FOMC. On Thursday, we have the employment change and unemployment rate out of the Australian dollar. This Thursday is a very brutal day in the Forex environment. A very, very brutal day. So next week should expect no volatility in the market next week. So you don't want to be on the wrong side of any move at all. You don't want to be. And then you should put your stop loss in places so it will save you. Flash manufacturing PMI from the euro, monetary policy from Swiss franc, German flash manufacturing PMI, press conference, flash manufacturing PMI from the pounds, service PMI from the pounds, monetary policy summary. That is the interest rate again from the British, and then we have the unemployment claim, manufacturing PMI. You understand? Also, there's a lot of economic activities next week. You understand? So expect volatility. All those volatility you've been looking for since January. I think next week, this week. Sorry, today is Sunday. This week you see it. You see all the volatility you've been looking for in the market since January. So I think that's that about the economic activities. My advice: don't be on the wrong side of the move. And if I'm to advise you about the DSY, what is the DSY is going to do? My own conviction is that we are going to see a decline at that resistance, which means that the US dollar might be weak this week, might see weaker US dollar this week, which the DSY might actually decline from that top. So that's it. Let's check the individual currency. But in terms of gold, this is I told you guys last week that I'm anticipating selling gold from this particular area, that I'm taking my profit at the 50% Fibonacci retracement level. So here, this is where I'm taking my profit at this particular area, which means that I'm still looking for like let's see, quite a number of pips there to the downside to this particular area. So anything that actually happened at that particular area, we'll see. But for now, I'm still on a sell bias in gold. So probably waiting for this retracement to come to the 50% level. As you can see, there is a rejection here, and then at this resistance level too, you have a significant rejection there. So this trend line is valid somehow, because when price hits that area, it rejects, and then as you can see, there's a rejection here too, and then we have a significant rejection here too. So which means that but to be on the safer side, I'll be taking my profit at 50% Fibonacci retracement level, and if the 50% break, then we might see a retest of the 60%. If that one break, then it's coming back to this particular area, which is 100% level. So I'm looking for a retracement on gold back to this level. But if we now have a breakout, then that's what they call to the moon. Understand? Because I don't think there's any level that you can actually see there anymore. There's no level there anymore that you can actually use as a significant resistance or stuff like that. But using this trend line, you can see that you can still have a significant resistance level of the trend line. And then, last week weekly candle closes bearish, so which means that this forms something like this is a chart pattern here. I don't memorize chart pattern like that, and then which means a reversal pattern. If you check these two patterns together, you see that it's a reversal pattern. So which means our price can actually reverse back to that of this level. So let's see our price there. But The safest one I've shown you is to take profit at 2104 and then probably check what is happening to continue. The next one is pounds US dollar. Here I'm still looking for a significant upside movement. That is a significant buy setup. So this is where I'm looking to buy if the price come back to this particular area. So I'm waiting for price to come back here, and then you can see. So as a trader, you can actually wait for price to come back here, and then you enter your buy position from this particular support level. So wait for price to retrace back to this line to make your buy decision, to make your long decision. And that's what I'm actually looking at to buy the previous day. But if you see that price come below this area, then you should not be willing to go long on the USD. So you have to change your bias, you have to be flexible, and then see that price has break below the significant support level you can actually see at this area. So that's that on USD. On Euro USD too, you should look for the same setup on Euro US dollar too. So which means that if this level break, let's arrange it properly. So this is a fake out right here. You can see market fake it out here. Yeah, at this area. But obviously I reject at this place. So what I'm actually looking at here on Euro USD is for price to come here, and then we have a bounce at this level. So I'm actually looking for a bullish setup too at this particular level, a rejection at this particular level to the upside to test the 1.1135. Now that's why I'm saying that on the DSY I'm actually looking for a decline at that resistance level, you know, the trend line I drew. So as you can see, that is what I'm actually looking at, Euro USD to the upside at this particular level. And if you check here also, price must start moving from here. Don't rule out that one too. The price might actually start moving from here, and the reason is that if you check this level here, here's a significant support level, here too is a significant support level, because you know when price hits here, it's decline, which you know understandable with this trend line, and there's a breakout of that trend line. So price hits here the second time, it rejects, forming this big weak candle, and actually there's a breakout here, which means that this resistance level has been broken, and obviously you might see it turn into support at this particular area, which means that price might actually bounce here and then start going up. If you see this two candle too, you can see that it's a reversal pattern candle. So the best thing you can wait for is how the daily candle closes on Monday. If it gives you a bullish signal, then you actually do what you actually follow it. And one thing price can actually do here that I would not be surprised is breaking this level to the downside and closing above it on Monday. This thing can actually happen, and you start seeing the buyers coming back to the markets at that level. AUD to I'm actually looking at the bullish bias, that is at bullish sentiment here too, which means that what I'm actually seeing here is a significant head and shoulder. So I'll be looking for price to bounce off this level of support back to this place, which is a first take profit, and then this as a second take profit. So if price break this level, I'll be watching, and if it break this level, that's when I'll change my bias to a sell bias. When price go below this particular level, but it still stay above this trend line, I'll be looking for a buy bias. But here is an indecisive position for me, so I think you should look at that level too. So that is it. So I'm just trying to share you all this trade idea here, and then you should know how you incorporate it to your own. Depends on your strategy. You know, we might not be using the same strategy, but you understand what I mean by incorporating it to your own. And then on US dollar card, Canadian dollar, three things repeat itself. 1, 2, and 3. Here the second one rejects. Here the second one to reject before you break out. Here this is the second one. Actually we might see a rejection back to this level before we see a breakout. So in a nutshell, what am I looking at? I'm looking at a rejection to the downside at this level. That is a bearish setup at this level back to 31904. Understandable, and that's what I'm actually looking for here. For price to reject this level, and then we might see it coming back to 1.31904. So I'm on a bearish setup here, in a bearish sentiment here. As a trader, to see should actually understand what I'm saying here. The USD card we dropped last week has actually reject, and then we have a breakout of that. We have a breakout of this particular trend line to the downside, which means that sellers have actually taken over. Which means that this week we might actually wait for a retracement back to this level, and then for a bearish setup back to 0.079871. So in a nutshell, what I'm actually looking at is for a continuation of TPS. That is a sell continuation. But obviously on Monday we should see a retracement back to this top or back to this particular area before we see a decline. So any retracement you see is an opportunity for you to look for a bearish setup back to this area or back to this particular significant support level. So the next one we want to check here is AUD Canadian dollar, and I dropped this last week from here. When the price is at this level, that we are going to see a significant decline here, and markets decline back to this level. So let's see, price might actually come here, and then probably might see a bounce to the upside that might break this level. Obviously that's what I'm looking at. I'm not actually looking at price breaking this level. No, I'm looking at price coming to this level, and then there's a significant rejection back to the upside. So we should look for a rejection at this level to the upside. But obviously price will still hit this significant support level at this particular area before we see a bounce. And then we have the AUD interest rates report next week, so let's see how it goes. Let's see how price reacts to all this level. And then on JPY we have the Euro JPY. This is one of my favorites on the watch list next week. So probably I'm waiting for price to on Monday, because as you can see this created a reversal pattern. So Monday you might see price coming back here, and then you see a significant move back to 163.546. So let's see how price reacts to that. But I mean, on the bullish setup on Euro JPY next week, so you might see something like this, price coming back to retest this level, and then you can see price might come back to retest this level, and we'll see a move back to 163. So any retracement you see here is an opportunity for you to look for a bullish setup back to 163.546. And if that level break, I should be looking at the next resistance level, which sit down pretty at 169.283. And the last one is SND JPY. So last week I dropped this on my Twitter page too, that if this particular 4 hours close, then you should sell the SND JPY. So I'm talking about this 4 hour. If you check my Twitter page, you see it. So and this candle actually closes bearish, and we see this nice sell that actually break this level back, and then if you are trading this pattern, this is where your TP is, and actually it's TP before it comes. So what are we actually still looking at here for a bearish setup back to this area, and in the 4-hour time frame you see that it created a reversal pattern at this area, and then reversal candle at that particular area. And as you can see, price might actually come here, and then you see a rejection that will break this level back to 89401. So guys, this is the weekly forex forecast, and this is all the pairs on my watch list for next week, and I will be looking at the individual there, and I will also be dropping it anytime I want to enter it in the Telegram channel. So if you are not in the Telegram channel, the link is in the description box, so check it out and join. And we have a working robot that has been making profits consistently now for a couple of months. If you're interested, you can actually DM me. Yeah, you can see the results on my Twitter page and then in the Telegram channels also. So I dropped the result, the follow-up of the board. So do well to subscribe, like, and share this video, and don't forget to click on the recommended broker in the description box, or that is pinned in the comment section. So next week, expect lots of volatility in the market. Trade safely, use your protective stop loss, don't gamble, don't be at the wrong side of any move next week. Take care, don't forget to trade safely.